Live on Facebook. Here we go, guys. Okay. First and foremost, welcome back to Unstoppable. This is episode 3 of the Unstoppable podcast, the Elite Mind and Body podcast for men. Today, we're going to be discussing the war on weakness. Okay. Why masculinity is the only way. All right. The war on weakness, why masculinity is the only way. There's a culture right now for men that makes me really frustrated. Okay. Because the food that we eat, the media that we consume, the TV shows that we watch, everything that surrounds us is designed to make men weaker. Okay. Everything that's around us literally is designed to make us weaker as men. Okay. Let me give you a few examples. The food that we eat is laced with GMO. It's full of processed sugars, artificial sweeteners. It's full of all of the stuff that literally jacks our estrogen through the roof and turns us into women. Number one. The second thing is media. Media depicts men as happy-go-lucky idiots all the time. Like think about Modern Family, right? Phil is literally just this happy-go-lucky idiot dad. Think about The Office, right? Happy-go-lucky idiot boss, right? Like media depicts men as unmasculine, right? The food that we eat makes us less masculine. Everything that surrounds us is designed to make us weaker. Okay. Everything that surrounds us. And so what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about the war on weakness because, guys, in order for you to achieve the life that you want, whether that's with your fitness, with your family, with your income and investing, with your business, whatever it is, you're going to have to stop being fucking weak. Okay. And there's only one way to say it because it's true. Weakness is going to be the plague, is the only plague that can really make you and turn you into a failure. Right? So I want you to understand something. There's a war right now. Okay. We're talking about the war on weakness, but there's also a war right now on a term that I don't really like being used, which is toxic masculinity. Okay. Toxic masculinity. And toxic masculinity, the way that I see toxic masculinity is if you're being an egotistical douchebag and you're cheating on your girlfriend or wife and you're just like a complete degenerate loser. Yes, obviously, everyone knows that would be toxic. But what I'm talking about right now is that toxic masculinity is being pushed so hard to deter men from being fit, deter men from chasing more, deter men from being better. It's literally deterring men in every single way. They're pushing, the media is pushing, social media is pushing the anti-toxic masculinity agenda, and it's making men weaker. It's making men softer. And so what I want to talk about in today's podcast is I want to talk about a couple of things. The first thing I want to go over is the mental health side of things, because with men, we're expected, like we have a very set of expectations that are passed down from generation to generation. We're supposed to be the breadwinners of our family. We're supposed to take care of everybody. We're supposed to be stoic. We're not supposed to show emotion. We're supposed to, pay for everything all the time. Even if we're taking a girl on a first date, we're supposed to pay, right? There's all these expectations for men that are masculine expectations that are passed down from literally pre-Jesus times. But what's happening is, as a culture, we have adopted these bullshit beliefs and bullshit ways of living that literally make us weaker as men. Okay. And so what I want to do is I really want to focus on what you guys can do today to use masculinity in a way that can make you better, as opposed to living a life where you're just kind of floating. You're not masculine. You're not hungry for success. You don't have a desire for more, and you're just going through the motions. Okay. Because there are so many men that I see that are suffering through this. And not only are they suffering through this, they have no one to talk to, right? They have no one to talk to, because a lot of the times the people that put the most pressure on men to make money, go out and do everything, not complain, not make excuses, do all that stuff is literally your parents, your spouse, your friends, right? Most guys have no one to fucking talk to. Okay. And so what I want to do is, guys, I want to give you the strategies you can use to take care of yourself in this podcast, because it's so important to be chasing the highest level of you, which is the most masculine level of you. I'm going to make that very clear. Okay. For any man on this planet, the highest level of you is the most masculine version, where you show up every day. You're not weak. You take action. You still are connected to your vulnerable side. You're still connected to your feminine side, but you have the mental awareness and mental capacity to live more according to the masculine. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Right? Our highest selves as men are masculine. We are masculine beings. Do not deny it. Okay? Do not deny it. Now, in order to take care of yourself, especially as you have all of these expectations just riddled in your life from all the various sources, from your kids, from your spouse, to your parents, to, taking care of everybody, whatever it is, taking care of yourself is of the utmost importance. Because as you're taking care of everyone, and as you're out there working your ass off for your family, and as you're out there grinding every single day, making it happen, it's really easy to feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, right? It's really easy to feel fucking overwhelmed. It's really easy to have no one to talk to and to worry about how you're going to make it to the next month. Maybe not even financially, but just mentally, because of how much weight and pressure is put on men these days. All this pressure is put on us to perform. All this pressure is put on us to make money. All this pressure is put on us to take care of our family. But then media, society, the food we eat, everything that we see demonizes masculinity, demonizes our ability to show up and be the men that we're supposed to fucking be. Okay? I want you guys to understand. Self-care. You can't rely on your spouse. Yeah, I'm going to tell you that right now. You can't rely on your spouse. You can't rely on your parents. You can't rely on your friends. The only person who's going to take care of you as a man is yourself. Because I'm going to tell you something, a sad fucking truth right now. No one gives a shit about you. Seriously. Seriously. Okay? Your other men, your other guy friends, they're worried about their own stuff, right? Yes, they may care here and there when they're in your life. But the only person who truly gives a shit whether or not you succeed and live up to your full potential is you. Everybody else has got their own stuff going on. Okay? So self-care, you've got to take care of yourself. The first and foremost thing that I would recommend is getting in shape. Okay? And obviously you guys know that I'm a health coach, and this is not an advertisement for working with me whatsoever, but it is so important for you to focus on bettering yourself physically. Okay? Because if you better yourself physically, your mindset will follow. And if your mindset gets better, you get happier. If you get happier, you can perform better. You can perform better. You can live up to all these expectations that society has given you without the tools that you need to get there. Okay? The mindset is everything. Now, the first one is getting in shape. The second part of self-care, and this is something that I've been exploring a lot more lately, is meditation, right? Because it's so easy to have, and I'm not even going to say easy. Let me rephrase this. Every day, all day long, most men that I know, that I coach, that I talk to on a daily basis are riddled with negative thoughts. Riddled with negative thoughts all day long, beating themselves up, tearing themselves apart, breaking themselves down, not giving themselves the credit they deserve, fearful for their future, anxious because they're not taking care of their health, anxious for money reasons or financial reasons. Most men are riddled with anxiety, but they just don't show it. Okay? Most men are riddled with anxiety, but they just don't show it. Okay? And I want you to understand, if you're a man that's watching this right now, that you've got a brother in me who's here to help you and here to take you to the next level and help you with whatever you need to accomplish mentally and physically to help you get there. Okay? But that's a side note. Meditation is one of those things that can take your life and completely flip it 180. Okay? The reason why is because if we're riddled with negative thoughts on a daily basis, it makes it almost impossible to take action, right? It makes it almost impossible to live up to the expectations and the things that we're supposed to do, right? And so the only way to get rid of negative thoughts and replace them with positive thoughts is through meditating, is through becoming aware of your thoughts consciously choosing to change them and doing that every single day so that you can get 1% better every single day. Right. And I'll tell you right now, you guys, I've been in places in my life where I've been in dark fucking places. I've been in dark places before where my thoughts are all negative. I'm all anxious. I'm all stressed out. I've been there multiple times, just like everyone has. And I'll tell you, the only thing that gets me out of there, it's not talking to my wife. It's not talking to my friends. It's not learning something new. It's literally doing the internal self-work of mapping out who I want to be, becoming aware of my thinking patterns, shifting them and taking positive action. And that positive action alleviates anxiety. Okay. Positive action alleviates anxiety. So I want you guys to know that self-care is the most important thing in order for you to combat weakness, because no one gives a shit about you. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to take you out of the shitty position that you're in except yourself. And in order to do that, you've got to take care of yourself. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is your limitations. Okay. Because a lot of times when men experience limitations in their life, whether it's with business whether it's business limitations, whether it's intelligence limitations, whether it's limitations in their relationship or limitations with their health and fitness, when men experience limitations, it's very easy to stew. Okay. As men, and this is a blanket statement for most men, but I know it's 90% accurate. Okay. Most men, when they're feeling something inside, or feeling anxious or stressed or whatever, they'll put on a face, right? They'll put on a face, and that face, sorry guys, we got to pause here. I had a call come in. We're back. We should be back. Most guys will put on a face, right? And if you put on a face for long enough and you're bottling up all of your emotions and you're bottling up everything that you're feeling inside, it's basically going to make your limitations your reality, right? You've got to face them. First of all, let me break this down. We need to embrace the things that are holding us back, embrace the challenges, embrace the limitations, embrace the limiting beliefs. Understand them. They're there for a reason. They're old conditioning from your past. They're old conditioning from your childhood. Maybe an old boss, maybe an old mentor told you that you would never amount to anything. When I was in grade 4, I was told that I was never going to amount to anything. And that stayed with me for my whole life until I was 22 years old. And I started changing myself. But guys, we need to embrace our limitations, and after that, overcome them. Okay, take the necessary positive action needed to overcome them. Now, the last thing I want to leave you guys with, and I'm going to end this podcast, is a message to women. Okay, I want to speak directly to wives specifically right now. Okay, ask your man how he's doing. Okay, and not just surface level. Truly ask your man how he's doing. Right? What is he dealing with on a conscious level? What is he dealing with on a subconscious level? What kind of bullshit is he dealing with at work? Right? Because, hey, honey, how's your day? That's not enough. Okay? If you truly want to be a support system for your husband, you need to know the struggles that he's facing. You need to support him through those struggles and challenges. And you need to be there every single fucking day so that that man can face his stuff, better himself, become the best version of himself, take care of himself better, and lead your family to success. They say that every great man, and behind every great man is a powerful woman, or they say something like that. What I want to like tell you guys in this podcast is that if that powerful woman behind the man loses faith, that can cause a complete disruption in everything. So my message to women is, ask your men how they're doing. Support them with every single thing that they're doing. Even if they're trying and they're working their ass off and they're failing in any area, still fucking support them. If you don't, then just leave the relationship, because there's literally no point being in a relationship with someone who doesn't believe in you. Okay? So I want you guys to understand that. Now, I hope you guys got some value. This podcast, like I said, is going to be live every day, Monday through Friday. Starting next week, it's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern. this week it's kind of all over the place because I got a crazy schedule. But I appreciate you guys tuning in live. To everybody who's listening in on the podcast, thank you so much. The podcast will be streamed and distributed to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere over the next couple of days. And by next week, you'll be able to listen to this on your head tops live every single day. Let's go. Let's get it. Hope you guys have the best day of your lives. Peace.